Hi guys, it's Fontaine again with another story time for you guys. This story time is about the time I dated a dirty cop. But before I get into it, I'm asking you to please support me and subscribe to my YouTube channel, like the video, comment on the video, say whatever you feel like you want to say. And also follow me on Instagram. All that will be in the description bar below, okay? So let's get right into this story. This is back in 2009. Now, this story is about the time, the last time I was actually in love. Like, the last time I got my heart broken. And this was the last time I literally put all my trust into a guy. This is the relationship that taught me to not trust a motherfucker, okay? So any guys that I have dated after 2009, you're gonna understand why I never trusted you, okay? And I know now, I'm 31 now, and I know now that I can't let my past relationships determine my future relationships. So I've learned that now, but it took me a while to get here, okay? But anyway, 2009, I'm 23. I am a waitress. I'm also a full-time student. I'm working at a popular sports bar in Decatur, Georgia. And at the time, the sports bar had like security guards, but they also had cops. There were like off-duty cops that worked, overtime at this bar. So it was this one cop there that I thought was really cute. And I was like, who is that? Okay. So I had one of the security guards introduce us. So I remember him asking me on a date, and our first date was really well, and we had fun and everything. And I remember like after that, we were just like connected, and we were always together. And I do remember him being the one coming to me saying that he actually wanted to be in a relationship. He wanted to be with me. He wanted to be my man. And at 23, I really had not ever had that happen before. Like, I've never had a guy come to me and say, I want to be your man, shawty, like, for real, like, I just wanted to be me and you, Like, that was new to me. So I was like head over heels in love instantly, okay? Just being naive, or some people say green. That's new to me. I've never heard that. But anyway, so like I said, I just remember us always being together. And I remember like I couldn't, like I said, I was a full-time student, so I couldn't always be at his house like Monday through Friday. But I remember every Saturday, I remember he denied this shit. Now, this is when, ladies, when a guy try to make you feel stupid and crazy, you know what I'm saying? Like, they make you feel like you're the problem. Keep this in mind. Like I said, I was at his house every Saturday. I couldn't come to his house Monday through Friday because I had class the next morning, but I was there. I just couldn't spend the night. But on Saturday nights, I spent the night because I didn't really have anything to do the next day. So keep that in mind for later in the story. So I remember him even being my math tutor. Like, that's how good the relationship was. We were really tight, and he spoiled me, and he treated me like a princess. Like, really, he was a really sweet guy at the time. So fast forward to December of 2009, I had my birthday, and I remember he bought me a phone and all this kind of stuff. And then like January, I remember because his son's birthday is in January. I don't think it's in February. No, it has to be in January. Like, I remember that. Anyway, so I was really close to him. Like, I had met his kids. I had met his grandmother. He had even met my mom, and he met Nyla, and we were always doing stuff together. We even did stuff with our kids together because his son is like maybe a couple of months older or younger than my daughter. So they got along really well. It was just fun, and we felt like a family. So fast forward to January, his son's birthday, and his son and his daughter at the time lived in Florida, in Miami. So, of course, he wanted to go down there because his son was having a birthday party. And I think I remember, like, Nyla was, like, around 4 at the time. So, his son was probably turning 4. They were really young. So, he went down there and, like, we had this big discussion because he was planning on staying with his baby mama. And I'm like, nigga, are you serious? So, like I said, I trusted him, and I believed that he wouldn't do anything wrong to me. He wouldn't cheat on me. So we had this big discussion, and he ended up going down there and staying with her. And he made sure he called me every day. Everything he did, he would call me while he was doing it, before he went to bed and before he fell asleep. He would call me. And I remember him even going out in the city of Miami by himself and on the phone with me. So he came back and everything was good. Okay, thinking again that I'm just so in love. So then the month of February gets here, okay? So you know what happens in February, the month of love. Valentine's Day comes, okay? And I remember maybe like a week or two before Valentine's Day, I had been bugging the fuck out of him because I wanted some tickets to the ballet at the Fox Theater. Like, if you could tell, I love the ballet. Like, I've been doing ballet and I've been dancing since I was 9. So I was obsessed with this dance company that was coming into town. And I wanted to do that for Valentine's Day. So I bugged him, and I even remember getting like really mad at him one night because it seemed like he wasn't listening to me. And I'm like, man, like, I want these tickets. That's what I want for my gift. And like I said, I would come to his house on Saturday nights. And mind you, I got a key to his house. I got the gate code to his house. I was at his house all the time. Like, for real. Like, who gives a girlfriend a key if she not there all the time? Like, I would come over, be sitting there waiting for you. So you decided to give me a key because I can just help myself and come in. Okay? So I remember the weekend before Valentine's Day, I walked in Saturday night. Like I said, I was spending the night at his house on Saturday nights. I walked in and it was a bouquet of flowers sitting on the countertop. And I was like, oh, and it was like a little envelope sitting there. And I'm like, okay, what is this? And like the envelope had like advertising on it that I didn't know. Because all the advertising that was on it, I saw was Delta Airlines. And I was like, oh, he's taking me on a trip. But it was just advertising for the ticket company. So it was tickets to the ballet. So that was really sweet. I think I remember crying because I was so excited. So So we went to the ballet. I think Valentine's Day was the following weekend. And I remember because Valentine's Day was on a Saturday that year. This is how much I remember getting my heart broken, y'all. Like, shit. So Valentine's Day was on a Saturday, okay? So I think we went to the ballet that Friday or that Thursday, one of those days. But I remember, no. We went to the ballet that Sunday, the day after Valentine's Day. Yes, we did. So when we went to the ballet, mind you, the whole time we're in a relationship, I think we 6 months to 8 months in by now. And the whole time we're in a relationship, like, he's spoiling me rotten, okay? And I got so comfortable with this shit. So I remember when intermission came, he didn't want to buy me anything from the concessions, like not food, but like, the souvenirs, like a t-shirt or a poster. And to tell you the truth, the whole entire date was just off. Like, even from the moment he picked me up and we drove to the ballet, like, I can feel it. Like, I think I was blessed with discernment at a young age, but I really didn't understand it until like maybe 2-3 years ago. So at the time, I think I had discernment and I didn't understand what it was. But I felt that his energy was not good and something just wasn't right. But I couldn't put my hand on it because I'm like, I don't expect to get my heart broken. So I'm sitting there begging him to buy me like a poster, from the souvenir area. And I'm like, okay, fuck it. So we get back into the ballet after intermission. And I'm like, okay, he really hurt my feelings with that. Because like I said, that was his first time like actually telling me no. And like I told you, the whole date was just off. And I felt his energy was not there with me. And I don't know if he knows this, but I'm sure he doesn't. I was sitting there crying while I was watching the ballet. Like, I remember sitting there crying. So anyway, okay, so that was Valentine's Day. Now, let's go back. The Saturday before Valentine's Day, Valentine's Day, the actual day, because like I told you, it was on a Saturday. We didn't go to the ballet until that Sunday. So, again, I came to his house. Now, a couple of days before Valentine's Day, he asked me for his key back. And he was like, his leasing office needed it because they needed to get into his apartment and fix something. And at the time, I didn't know nothing about apartments and all this kind of stuff and what I know now. So I'm 23. I had never had an apartment before. So I'm just running with what he said. So I gave him his key back. Saturday, I come to his house like clockwork because I said I was at his house every Saturday. Knocking on the door. Nobody answering the door. Now, he's there because I see his car. I'm thinking he just knocked out sleep. I stood there for 2 hours knocking on the door, calling him, calling. He never picked up, and I just drove home. So fast forwarded like maybe a week or two later. Now, at the time, he was in school also, but he was taking night classes. A night comes, and I get somebody playing on my phone. And I'm like, okay. They just kept calling and hanging up. Kept calling and hanging up. So I text the number, and I was like, look, motherfucker. If you want to say something to me, say something to me when you call me back, okay? That is what it is. So the number called back, and the person said something. It was his baby mama. So I asked her, I said, okay, so what's up? Why you playing on my phone? For real. Now, what I'm about to tell you, me and this lady, no lie, I'm not exaggerating when I say this. Me and this lady stayed on the phone for 12 hours, guys. She called me at 7 o'clock. We didn't get off the phone until 7 a.m. the next day. I'm not lying. Like, we never got the phone. Like, she put her phone on the charger when it was about to die. I put my phone on the charger when it was about to die. We stayed on the phone the entire time. She told me all his business. Okay? Mind you, when he went to his son's birthday party in January and stayed with her, they were fucking unprotectedly without a condom. She was like, yeah, we was sucking and fucking every night when he was here. Well, what? Well, wait, what? When I tell you my world was crushed, she told me that, now, mind you, I told you they got 2 kids. They got a son and a daughter. She said the first time she found out she was pregnant by him, she found out she had chlamydia too. She was like, I went to the doctor because I felt like I was pregnant. She was like, I found out I had chlamydia and a baby on the way from him. Then she found out the second time she got pregnant. Same thing. She went to the doctor because she knew something was wrong. Come to find out she had chlamydia again. Now I think they kids are like 2 or 3 years apart. Same thing. She found out she was pregnant. Second time, found out she was pregnant. Found out she had chlamydia. I'm like, well, why do you keep messing with him though? Like, bitch, what? So she was telling me all his business. All his business. So I was like, when I tell you I wanted to throw the fuck up, that's how hurt I was. But let's get to this right here. I called this nigga, right? Because I knew what time he got out of class. I called him. And I was like, I had her on 3-way. Like I told you, we never got the phone. I put her on 3-way. And, you know, she put her phone on mute or whatever. And I talked to him. I said, so what's up? Like, so what's going on? Because I just got the phone with your baby mama. And she telling me a lot of shit that went on when you was in Miami with your dirty ass. So he was like, I don't know what you're talking about. And he hung up on me. You hung up because you already knew what the fuck was up. So when he got the phone with me, mind you, me and her still on the phone. Guess who he called? She was like, this him on the other line. This him on the other line. I'm going to chime him in. Because, you know, you could do the conference call. She chimed him in. And he was like, what you telling her? All right, did you call my girlfriend? What you telling her? And she was like, I'm telling her what happened in Florida when you came down here to see me. And he was like, why you telling her all my business and shit? Because I told him what she told me, like, about the STDs he had and all this kind of shit. So I'm like, oh my God, I wanted to throw up. So he was like, why you telling her all my business? Like, she don't need to know that or whatever. Like, what we do is what we do. Like, and I'm like, this nigga just incriminating himself and he don't even know it. So he got a phone with her, called me back. And was like, you know what, baby? Like, I'm so sorry. Like, none of that happened or whatever. Nah, I told him, I said, I just want you to tell me the truth. Like, so you telling me everything this girl told me was a lie. He couldn't even say nothing. He just got the phone with me. Maybe about 30, 45 minutes later, I get a knock at my door. Mind you, I'm still on the phone with her. By now, I think he knew we was on the phone. Like, he knew we was on the phone together, and we heard each other's conversation with him. So by now, he was like, fuck it. You know, like, I'm called, whatever. Now, this is some shit that niggas do, ladies. And y'all can put in the comments below. Tell me if a nigga ever did this shit to y'all. When he got caught doing something, he tried to flip the script and make it feel like you the one that did the dirty shit. I ain't never been through this shit in my life. I have, but this was the first time, okay? This nigga came to my house. Now, mind you, I was at his house all the time, so I had like clothes and shoes and lotions and soaps and all my shit over there, okay? This nigga put all my stuff in a Walmart grocery bag. He knocked on my door. I answered the door. Mind you, I'm still on the phone with his baby mama. I opened the door. He literally looked at me like the look of death. His face was in such disappointment. He looked at me like I had just got caught cheating. Let me tell you what he did. I opened the door. He handed me the bag. And he looked at me. He didn't say nothing. And he walked to the car and got in the car and left. I said, so Mario, you ain't got nothing to say to me? We're going to call him Mario. I said, so Mario, you don't got nothing to say to me? Like, you ain't going to say nothing? Like, you know, because I'm thinking a nigga going to be like, I'm sorry, babe, or whatever. Like, he ain't do none of that. And after that, I would never forget. I tried to work it out. Even one of his good friends tried to help us work it out. And I was like, I can't do that because... And I wanted to. We did try another 2 or 3 weeks after that. We tried to work it out. But in my heart, I just could not get over the heartbreak. And the one reason why I could not work it out with him is because at the end of the day, that was his baby mama. And she wasn't going nowhere. That's why I gave it up. But when I tell y'all, when we did try to work it out for those 2 or 3 weeks after, this nigga treated me like he had just caught me cheating. Like he walked in the room and I was sucking some nigga dick. No lie. No lie. And that's all I got to say about that. But guys, please comment below what you think. Tell me if you've ever been through this. Subscribe to my channel. Like this video. And follow me on Instagram. See you guys later. Bye.